What is up, everybody? This is Mordenacus, and it's currently about 10 minutes to midnight, and I leave for a 2-week holiday to Costa Rica in a little over 2.5 hours, and kind of figured I should probably upload a video whilst I'm away so that people know I haven't died or something like that. But yeah, this is going to be part 1 of the studio tour, and I am gonna basically just talk about the different instruments and various other things. Part 2 is going to be recording equipment and microphones and other stuff, because when I get back I'll set it all up and all the rest, but for the moment this is just going to be instruments, so let's do that. Alright, let's start off with drums. This is a Yamaha riding kit that I picked up secondhand off the used market for about 225 quid, which was pretty good deal. That deal off the used market included that cracked and shitty stool, whatever, and the 3 toms, kick drum, and snare drum. The heads are new heads. They are Remo Emperor, I believe. Yeah, so the Remo Emperor on the toms, then I have Aquarian, like a triple ply Aquarian head on the snare, and an Aquarian super kick on the other side. I haven't changed out the Rezo heads on it yet. That's going to be the next purchase. And along with that came the ride cymbal and the hi-hat, plus the hardware for them. This and the crash cymbals, I bought those new off of Toman afterwards. I don't remember what the stands were. The cymbals were like 58 quid each, so pretty cheap setup. I'm probably going to get myself like a China cymbal to stick over in that corner and whatever else. Oh, and the one final thing you may have noticed, I got a double pedal. That is a Big Dog double kick pedal. And recently, very recently, today actually, a new drum throne arrived. That's a Gibraltar something drum throne. They go for like 100 quid-ish. And yeah, I got to sit behind it for all of 15 minutes and play drums earlier today, and it was amazing. So yeah, no real complaints there. When I'm playing, I care about my hearing, so that's why I've got a pair of hearing protection. And this is my pair of, I believe these are 7A sticks. I kind of just, no, actually, they're not 7A, I think they're 5A. Basically, there was the option of like 7A and 5A in the store, and I picked the thicker one, which I'm pretty sure is 5A. Now, we can move over to guitars. Over here, got an Ibanez GM. Picked this up off the used market for like 100 quid. Good guitar, and the electronics need rewiring and new nut and probably some new bridge and other things, but overall pretty decent guitar. In here there is a Harley Benton acoustic guitar. You've seen most of these on different covers before. That's just a generic 70 quid Harley Benton acoustic guitar. It's good enough for my needs. I don't need anything fancy or expensive. Lord forbid, I want everything as cheap as possible. So it's a good little guitar. It's full size, whatever. Might as well show you over here. This is a new edition. This is a 5-string Yamaha RBX775, I believe, bass guitar. 5-string, 35-inch scale length. Apparently that's good for something, I don't fucking know what. Yeah, got this recently. This is not my stringing, by the way. This is how it came from the seller. I have a new pair of strings. I just haven't had a chance to string it up yet, but yeah, gotten a chance to do some recording with it. You know, like the note was loose and it kind of needed some fret cleaner and new strings and maybe some electronics rewiring. I may have been able to hear a radio station back when I was in Nottingham at uni. Over here in this guitar, I have another new edition guitar, which is this absolutely gorgeous LTD. I mean, isn't that just an amazing looking guitar? And the cool part about it is this. See that? It's got a whammy. You can do wiggle stick shit with this one. Don't think I've shown that one off on the channel yet. So this might be the first introduction. I don't tend to use the whammy bar all that often because it's a licensed Floyd and not very good. But I am probably going to upgrade that to a better one later. In here, I have got my Aria Flying V. Now, I love flying Vs, and I love black flying Vs. This one happens to be black and a flying V. Isn't that cool? And finally, over here on like the instruments side of things, I have this. It's a Roland Edirol 61 key MIDI keyboard controller thing. This is cool. It doesn't make any sound by its own, but it's got 61 keys, which is all I really need, and plus it's got some other things here, like I can go up and down octaves if I want to. I've not really felt the need to do that, but I can if I want to. Now then, in terms of what these go into, since this here is plugged in via a MIDI cable into this. This is a Roland JV 1080 synthesizer. I love this thing, and I've barely scratched the surface with it. I just love how it sounds. It's like flick to a preset, off you go. It's great. This thing can do like all kinds of funky synthesis stuff, but I'm being lazy at the moment. I've only actually just flicked through the presets, but they sound good. Now then, in terms of other equipment for, you know, the rest of these guys, I'll start with the bass stuff because it's real easy. Orange bass butler. Plug it in, 2 XLRs, dial it in, off you go. Opto compressor, biamping, rig and a pedal, basically. I love this thing. It's great. It just makes things easy. It's perfect for recording because you got the dirty and the clean XLR outputs, so you can then do volume automation. It's cool. These things are awesome. I picked this up used for like half the retail price, so awesome. Now then, on the guitar front, we get more interesting. We have a Harley Benton 2x12 with vintage 30s, and the amplifiers I use for this is a Laney dual top. This one's 2-channel, and a PV Bandit that I picked up off the used market for about 100 quid in a music store in Manchester. That was fun. Pedals wise, I have currently got a Turbo Rad. This is my first distortion pedal. I got it on the recommendation of my guitar teacher. Great recommendation, by the way. This thing is a very versatile pedal. I mean, like, this can take you all the way from like clean boost to overdrive. I forgot that the light does that automatically. But yeah, you can go from, you know, clean boost to sort of overdrive to distortion to fuzz, depending on that. It's a very versatile pedal. It's kind of like a little bit of every distortion in one box. Nothing bad to say about it. This guy here is a made in Japan HM2 Wazacraft pedal. I'm a huge fan of... What's that doing there? I don't know. I'm a huge fan of Swedish death metal and that kind of into guitar sound. So, obviously I have one of these. Then over here I have these 2 little tiny ass pedals. This one's a delay pedal. I use it on lead guitars. And this is a Harley Benton flanger pedal. I like flangers. It's not that complicated. This guy here is cool. This is a PV Bandit. It's got one of the Sheffield 1230 speakers in it. It's not as bad as people say they are. At least I think. I honestly think this is a steal of an amp. I mean, you've got like independent EQs per channel. You've got where this one is, you've got, you know, presence control, this like trans tube dynamics shit. You got built-in reverb. This thing's actually a spring reverb, and I know this because you can kick this when it's turned on, and you can hear the springs wobbling. So that's fun. Very versatile amp. It's got an output for external speakers. If you plug this into a cab like that, it's very loud because it's a 100-watt amp. but it also sounds really good. I quite like what this thing does for like kind of nasty solid state distortion. This thing sounds much nicer in a kind of more pleasing to the ear way, which is not always what you want. So sometimes I like to blend these two together to get like a tone that's kind of a bit more modern and tighter, but also still has enough grind and evilness for my taste, because I really don't like guitars that sound too pristine in heavy metal. Well, you can probably guess that from the fact I love these things. Now, obviously, part two of this like studio tour is gonna come out in a few weeks' time after I get back from Costa Rica, and in that one I'm gonna go over some other stuff that I use, like I'm gonna go over the interfaces I use both here and when I'm at uni. I'm gonna go over the like the microphones that I like using, and the computers and other stuff like that. But for now, this is gonna be all, because I still have a bunch of like some stuff to do packing wise, and then I'm gonna try and do some more drum editing because I'm still working on new music. It's a collaboration with somebody else from the US. This guy called Eternal, and yeah, it'll be pretty cool. I've recorded the drums, he's recorded the rhythm guitars and bass guitars, and I'm going to be recording lead guitars and keyboards once I get back from Costa Rica, and then, you know, we'll find somebody to do the vocals on it, and then I will mix it all, which is going to be fun. But yeah, I'll get into all that in the next video, in terms of like how I record and mix and the gear and other stuff. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you in the next one. Mordenacus out.